giant boxes. It's how I organize my whole life. Let's talk about some of that relevant simplicity. The Minimal Steward is here for another video, and I'm glad to have you here. I organize my life with giant boxes. I actually have two. Now, there isn't just one way. There are many ways for you to do this. When I began my minimal journey and I started minimizing all of my life, my first inclination was to get rid of everything and just throw it away, put it in some sort of thrift store, whatever it took, sell it, burn it, doesn't matter. And I realized that that wasn't exactly how I wanted to go about things. That wasn't really intentional. When I thought that way, I wasn't really paying attention to what I needed for myself. And relevant simplicity is such a crucial piece of minimalism. And relevant simplicity might sound fancy, but it really just means the things that are the most important for you in your life at whatever juncture of experience you're at. When I have relevant simplicity in my life, like last week with those intentions and setting that 30-minute timeline for me in the morning, that's a place where I find that relevant simplicity, and it also makes my morning a lot easier. So the way that I've minimized my closet, which you can also see on the Instagram, there's a whole tour of my closet, a whole 3 pictures. I know, it's really long, you're gonna take forever to get through it, but go and check it out on the Instagram and you'll see all of where my closet went to and how I designed my closet. There are only 2 types of wardrobes that I have, and it's because of where I live. I live in Colorado, and so unfortunately for me, I have to have more stuff because it gets kind of cold here, and I never know what weather we're going to run into. So I have the biannual wardrobe. I have a warm weather wardrobe, and I have a cooler or colder weather wardrobe. And the 2 switch throughout the year. And the other half goes and lives in my giant box. And that's where I started. I had a giant box, and I thought I'm going to put everything in here. I'm going to put all my clothes, all of my hobby items, everything's going to go in there. My desk, the whole shebang. And it doesn't work that way. I have a lot more stuff in my life, and there's things I want access to, and living out of a box is limiting, to say the least. It was a far cry from the extreme backpack livers, which is an amazing thing that I've seen many people do very well. For me, I tried a giant box because there are things that I want. I like using power saws and having soldering equipment. Those things I need and I use in my life. And so I made room for them. And that is relevant and also simple for what I need for my life. When I'm talking about my wardrobe, I simplified that to what's relevant for the season and also for what my next task is for the next following up day. And I know what that's going to be going into the next day when I wake up to reduce that stress in my life. And so when I go to my closet, literally everything matches. I'm not sure you've noticed, but last month's video, I was wearing black and gray. This month, the same thing. So that giant box that I have, all of my stuff is supposed to go in there, and I really like reading. One of the problems I came across was, because I like reading so much, I couldn't fit them all in the giant box. There was several other reasons. But one thing that has helped us is the future. The future allows us to develop new scientific equipment, just like our cell phones. This is a place where I get to keep all of my music. And this is where I get to keep a lot of my ideas, and I write down so many of the concepts that I have for this channel, for my life, traveling lists, and I can send and share them very easily with friends and myself as well in between all of the environment of my digital devices. With those books, the other thing that I have is a tablet. This is not a book. It is a tablet. I'm sure we all know that by now. But this is a good cover to have, and this cover helps protect it so that I can continue to use this. Again, I'm being a steward of this object. You can actually see the edges of this have been torn and frayed because I've had this cover for almost 2 years. It's almost time for this cover to move on. But a tablet allows me to store all of my books, and allows me to read and to learn and to grow as well. And that's one thing that I would suggest for others too, is that they can keep that and maintain that relative simplicity. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry gave us a very interesting concept. I'm not going to give you the whole quote, but the paraphrased quote is, "Perfection is attained when there's nothing left to take away." In my own room that we are in at the moment together, one of the things that I've done is that I realized I don't have anything left to take away from my room. Everything that I have in my room is exactly what I need it to be for the moment that I need it. The wardrobe is exactly what I need for that specific day. The closet the exact right size. Everything is specific to this environment. And that's something that you're able to do for your own life as well. And you can hone in that relevant simplicity with what you own and also how you go about your environment and interact with those different places. And that carries into the greater waking world as well. When you're out commuting to work, seeing friends, going to a bar, enjoying a nice fizzy soda, all of those things are places where you can find relevant simplicity. When you're moving things out of your life, sometimes it can cause us to be a little sad because we get kind of trapped up in our emotions that are really important. And sometimes if you feel sad, you'll have gotten rid of something, but grieving is normal, right? It's a grieving process to get rid of some of the things you've had emotional attachment to or memories with. Those things are just as are crucial to every individual. But don't get trapped there. Don't get stuck in that grief place, that pain body place. Move past that and allow yourself to live an intentional and relevant, simplistic life. So this week, I want you to look in your environment and take a before shot of what you're about to do and an after shot, much like I did with my closet. You can take a before shot of one place in your life and see kind of where it wasn't really intentional and you weren't being a steward of, and then take care of it, and then take a picture with that. When you do that, take those pictures, post them onto Instagram with the hashtag #SimplifyMe, and as well as hashtag #MinimalSteward, and we can see what journey you went on and how you found your relevant simplicity in your own environment. I have always gained so much from being intentional in my environment, to taking it slowly as I move through that grief process from some of the clothes or items or objects that mattered to me, and I'll be doing the same thing as you will. And I'm looking forward to sharing that journey with you, just as we've shared the last month. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.